Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into something pretty fascinating.
Always. Let's do it.
Today, we're looking at reputation and all its power. It's like this hidden force that shapes how people see us.
It really is. Even how they judge our actions, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got some interesting sources lined up, ancient Chinese history, a bit of P.T. Barnum, even a fable with, well, kind of a dark side to it.
Quite a mix. But they all point to this idea of reputation as a form of power. Not like, traditional power, but more the ability to shape how you're perceived.
So it's not just about being liked.
Not exactly. It's more strategic. Cultivating an image that works for you no matter what you're doing, leading an army or just everyday life.
Okay, so how does this play out? Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's go back to ancient China, to the War of the Three Kingdoms. You've got this brilliant strategist, Chuko Liang, called the Sleeping Dragon.
Oh, I've heard of him. The one known for his incredible, what was it, cunning.
Exactly. His reputation for cleverness was so strong, it basically became his weapon. There's a story, see, where an enemy army, I'm talking 150,000 soldiers strong, are about to attack his city.
Oh, wow. Talk about a high-stakes situation. So how did he defend himself?
Well, he did something completely unexpected. Opened the city gates, sat on the wall, and started playing his lute.
He what? Seriously? That's bold.
Oh, it was a calculated risk for sure, but based entirely on his reputation. You see, the enemy commander, Sima Yi, he knew of Liang's reputation for, setting these elaborate traps.
So he thought it was all a trick.
Exactly. Sima Yi was so intimidated by Liang's reputation, so sure it was a trap, that he just retreated with his entire army.
No way. Just the idea of him being that clever was enough. It makes you think, how much do we underestimate the power of perception?
It's a good question to ask ourselves, and this idea of reputation shaping judgment, it pops up again with Mitsusia, also from ancient China.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Well, Mitsusia was known for being civil and graceful. So when he broke the law, using the royal carriage, the ruler forgave him. Figured it was an act of respect, rushing to see his sick mother. Right?
So his good reputation got him off the hook.
Yeah, basically. But then later on, rumors spread by some jealous courtiers, and Mitsusia's reputation took a hit.
Oh no, this can't be good.
And it wasn't. The ruler judged the same action, using the royal carriage, completely differently this time, and punished him for it.
That's scary, isn't it? It shows how fragile reputation can be, how things outside our control can change how we're seen, even by people who know us.
Exactly. Makes you wonder, right? How often have we judged someone based on their reputation, whether it's deserved or not?
Yeah, it's like we're walking around with these labels people have put on us. And those labels, accurate or not, well, they matter.
Like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost. People believe you're brilliant, they treat you that way, you might even live up to it. But the flip side's true too.
So if reputation's this powerful, how do we shape it? We can't just hope people see us the right way, right?
Right. Takes more than hope. Luckily, our sources give some good advice on building and protecting your reputation.
Okay, I'm listening. Lay it on me.
One key thing is focus. Pick one quality you really want to be known for. Make it your, calling card.
Like a personal brand, but for your character.
Exactly. Doesn't have to be flashy. Could be honesty, efficiency, anything that sets you apart. What you want people to think of when they think of you.
It makes sense. But how does someone like Casanova fit in? The sources mentioned him. And, well, his calling card was a bit different, wasn't it?
Casanova's actually a perfect example.
Yeah?
Sure, his reputation wasn't exactly, conventional, but his reputation as a charmer, that's what made him so successful. It shaped how people saw him, interacted with him.
I guess even a reputation for, that can be powerful if it's consistent, right?
Consistency is key, absolutely. Can't build a reputation for honesty if you're always lying. Actions have to match the image.
Actions speak louder than words, as they say. But sometimes you need a little boost, right? Our sources mentioned associating with people who already have a solid reputation.
That's another smart move. Aligning yourself with the right people, organizations, it can really enhance your own image.
Like P.T. Barnum, bringing Jenny Lind to America.
Precisely.
Yeah.
He knew her reputation, her elegance, would reflect well on him, attract a different kind of audience.
So you borrow a bit of their credibility. Smart.
Very smart. But building a reputation's only half the battle. Protecting it, that's just as important.
Right, and they were pretty adamant about not getting defensive when attacked. Why is that?
When someone attacks your reputation, they're trying to drag you down. Engaging just gives them more ammo, makes you look, defensive.
So sometimes the best response is no response.
Often, yes. Ignoring the noise. especially from unreliable sources, can be the most powerful thing. Let your reputation speak for itself.
But what about when silence looks like guilt?
That's a fair point. And sometimes you do need to respond if it's affecting your work, causing real harm, you know?
So pick your battles.
Exactly, strategic decision making. Sometimes a response is needed to set the record straight. But more often than not, your actions, the people who know you, they'll speak louder.
Okay, starting to get the nuances here. It's not just being good, it's about shaping the narrative around you, right?
You got it. Now, want to shift gears a bit? Let's look at the darker side, damaging someone else's reputation.
Reputation warfare, huh? Sounds intense. Are we talking full-on smear campaigns here?
Not always, no. It can be much more, subtle. Remember P.T. Barnum? Master of building his own reputation, but also pretty good at taking others down a peg.
Oh, yeah, right. Didn't just make himself look good, made the competition look bad, too. Wasn't there something with Peele's museum?
That's the one. Barnum, he used this two-pronged attack, brilliant but ruthless. First, spread rumors about Peele's finances, get people doubting.
Ah, the old FUD tactic. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. Even if the rumors are false, the damage is done, right?
Exactly. Plants that seed of suspicion. Then, to really hit Peele where it hurt, he used ridicule. Satire.
Didn't he do a fake hypnosis show? Like pretended to fail, making Peele's stuff look old-fashioned?
That's it. Clever way to discredit him while entertaining the public at the same time.
So the lesson is attack with humor, a bit of theatrics.
Well, not exactly. More that attacks should be subtle, indirect. You're aiming to make people doubt, not launching some obvious smear campaign.
Because it just makes you look bad, right?
Exactly. There's a finesse to it, like a chess game. The lion doesn't need to roar to prove it's strong. Sometimes a whisper is more effective.
Like that Nietzsche quote, "It is easier to cope with a bad conscience than with a bad reputation. Public perception is everything."
It really is. And it brings us to that fable, La Fontaine's The Ass and the Lion. Perfect example of how easily public opinion is swayed when reputation's involved.
Remind me how that one goes again.
So, the lion, right? Big, scary predator. He admits to killing sheep, which, that's what lions do. But then everyone turns on the ass, who just ate some grass he wasn't supposed to.
Hold on. The lion who's actually doing harm gets a pass, but the ass is condemned for eating grass.
You got it. The crowd, led by this sly fox, they completely ignore the lion's actions and focus on this tiny thing the ass did.
It's like a commentary on how the powerful get away with stuff while the little guy gets punished, isn't it?
You could see it that way, definitely. And it happens all the time, right? Social media blows up small scandals while ignoring the bigger issues.
Makes you realize we got to be careful what we believe. Can't just accept everything we hear at face value.
Couldn't agree more. Look beyond the surface. Consider the whole picture.
So, big takeaway for our listeners today.
Reputation is powerful stuff. Can be used for good or bad, to build up or tear down. And these days, with everyone connected, we got to be aware of the image we're projecting.
It's a balancing act, huh? Building a good reputation, but also being true to yourself, navigating all the ethical stuff around influencing how people see you.
Exactly. It's a journey. Reputation's always changing based on our choices, our interactions. So, think about that. What story are your actions telling?
That's a good one to leave everyone with. It's not just appearances, it's the legacy we leave behind. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into reputation. Until next time.